2025 was a very interesting year, and Dr. T has a little bit more insights than others do on details. But the challenges I faced, I don't think I faced any challenge in terms of, oh, I want to quit the academy. And I think one strong reason for that was because of my commitment beyond just being a participant in the academy. So my commitment to the academy was also as a volunteer who had to show up, who had to give value, who had to be the encourager. So God forbid that the encourager becomes discouraged. We need to gather when the courage is missing, we go out on the road, we look for the courage, we tie rope to the courage and we drag it back inside and we're like, let's gather courage together. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. So no discouragement in that way. But definitely there were times when it felt like, gosh, can I carry it? I know Tomike was speaking to the multiple things she had. I know Adatu was speaking to. I remember I'll have conversations with Ada, and Ada would just be like, look, Emmanuella, it's just a lot at this moment. And I'm like, babe, I feel you. You are me, I am you. And then when Favour, transited into her new role, I was like, girl, I need your help. And she was like, Ella, I got you, but right now, And so I think the first thing that we all did to help ourselves was proper communication. Myself communicating with my line manager, who happens to be our lead mentor, Dr. T, communicating to my team members, communicating to other WIGStars, my accountability partners, shout out to T and Ife. Just communication, open communication really helped me and strengthened me and provided the not really see it. I felt covered. Another way I navigated it was just plugging into journaling. Like I've already mentioned. See, if you about them much, but I hope it's not me that's.
I don't even know who is frozen.
Let me check the chat. Am I still clear?
Yes, we hear you.
Thank you, Ada. Thank you, Mr. Mike. So yeah, those are okay. Who have spoken to them and our workshops because my fellow week stars have also spoken to them. But look, look, let me not be shouting on the streets because people are looking at me like, why is this lady holding a phone to her face and just being weird? It's evening time. What's going on? But yeah, it was Wig Academy was that community for me, and I was committed because I had commitments. I think, and because it was just a decision that this is going to be something that I would carry through 2025. God helped me. Yes, I'm squeezing the phone so tight. My fellow week stars helped me. My fellow volunteers helped me, and thank you.
Thank you, Emanuela, for sharing. Guys, are you hearing? You are not meant to do life alone. Whether you are in the academy or you're outside of the academy, you always find someone to hold your hand. I mean, they might think, oh, it's Dr. Tida is holding their hands. As well, they were also equally holding my hands because there were days that, even for me, I'll say, okay, you know what? I am not meeting up. I'm not going to this deadline you guys are giving me, it's not going to happen. And then one of them just sends a message, Dr. T, we haven't sent the upload of this. I'm like, okay, here we go again, and then so it was just us all holding each other's hands, staying accountable. There were a couple of things I got done this year because we had to show up. And so everyone has to have that community, whether it is whether you're in the academy or you're not in the academy, you need to have a community. I love one thing Emmanuel talked about journaling. People, we need to learn how to sit with our thoughts. We need to learn how to process it. We need to learn how to accept, don't just push those things under the back burner. Like pay attention to what is going on in your head so that you want to filter, okay, this one, what does it say? What does the word of God say against this one? This one, you do not fall in the right place. You don't want to just keep sweeping your thoughts under the carpet. One day they will all stand up and gang up against you, and you don't want that day to come. Okay. So you want to take charge and take power of your own thoughts through the power of journaling. Pay attention, truly, yeah. Okay. Yes. T is here. She has hide me. T has hide me. T, our international WIGStar. We want to see your face. We want to hear your voice. Please make yourself known to everybody. Everybody's waiting for you.
I want to this FO.
We are waiting. You see, guys, she's here. The one with the
Hello, good evening. Good evening, Dr. T. Good evening.
Good evening, T.
Fellow WIGStars.
Yeah, good evening, T.
How are you guys doing?
Yes, we've missed you so much. Thank you for coming. I mean, if your network seems to be freezing, we've seen your guys. Have you guys seen our face like that? Okay.
I hope it's clear enough. I'm still at work. My apologies.
No problem at all. No problem at all. You can definitely you can turn off your camera if that's, I mean, if it's not fine. But yes, we want to hear from you. Want to hear. Okay.
Of course. I have my AirPods in.
Okay, perfect. Okay, T, do you want to introduce yourself first? People have not met you. Let them meet you. Introduce yourself at least, and then tell us why you came into the academy and what's changed. I mean, what you do currently, what changed between the time you came in and your season right now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Toyin Habib. I'm a banker. I work at Bloomberg Gambia. Plus, I live in the Gambia too. I joined WIGStars because I needed a group of people, or I needed a community that would help me move forward. I'm already okay, but I have issues. I have I have issue procrastination.
See, you are breaking. Okay, T, you were breaking so bad, we couldn't hear you anymore. You were breaking so bad. Let us know when you're able to, complete that end of your introduction. We only aired you up until the point where you joined because you needed a community. So let us know when you're able to, we really want to hear that part.
Sorry, my network.
Yes. Are you back
was
now?
Interrupted.
Are you back now? Oh, I think she dropped off or something. Okay, we'll wait for T. I mean, she will join us and then we'll take it off from there. Okay, WIGStars, I've asked the question. Who wants to go at that question I asked about the hardest part of staying consistent this year and what helped you? Emmanuella talked about the power of journaling. I also talked about the power of team communication. That team communication. We're always having these chats, chat box. Even when we're supposed to have things and people cannot come, we have this rule where if you can't show up, you have to you have to notify us ahead of time, and that's what communication does. We don't just want to say, oh, is at the point. But the rule was like you notify us ahead before a meeting if you know you cannot be there, and you do everything within your power to ensure that you're available for meetings and all. So I want to hear from you guys. T, if your network is great now, please let me know and then we can jump back on you. But I want to hear from you guys about what challenges you face. What was that hardest part of staying consistent this year and how you were able to manage it? Somebody might be in the chat box and what you might be saying to them might just be exactly what they need to hear. So I want to hear from you guys. Tomike, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. T. I personally feel like Mine was very obvious because I was a final year student and I was juggling between projects and it was a lot. But yet, like Dr. T and Emanuela said, communication was very important. I remember that I could not even have a one-on-one session with Dr. T for a very long time. And the day I really wanted to, and I knew that okay, I was less busy that day and I could actually have a call. We got a message from my supervisor. My supervisor said, you guys should come to my office. And I was disappointed. But I would actually say that Dr. T was there to hold our hands every step of the way. And she was open to um whatever we were facing. She was there to listen. And she was not like, oh, that's your problem. So she was there and she was very, very present. It was as if, oh, I was just giving her reports and being like, this is what my supervisor is saying, this is what I'm going through. And at a point I felt like I was not doing well for myself because I was like, I'm supposed to be in this meeting, I'm supposed to be here, and this man is calling me. Yes, I know that my project is also very important, but it was like I was focusing so much on project, and you know that you cannot just focus on one area of your life. So it was like I was focusing just on project, and it was just a lot, to be honest, and trying to balance everything. But I really want to thank God for grace, and of course we are done with that phase now. But it was it was just being open to communication and telling Dr. T that okay. And one very important thing was that it was just as if I wasn't even missing out, because for every meeting, for every session that you missed, you are getting updates. This was what went on, this was what you missed, and it was like, okay, I am getting filled in and I am hearing everything that I need to hear. And even if you need to go back to the boot camp sessions that held and you missed, you can go back anytime on the YouTube page to listen. And trust me, it was like you never missed it at all. And that was I was able to juggle everything.
Thank you so much, Tomike. Honestly, I mean, Tomike is she's one of our very strongest ladies as well, because at some point I was a bit concerned that would this girl be able to combine all these things together? The moment I heard she was still in final year and all of that. But yes, in those early parts, particularly when she was in school, I love the fact that she would send out emails. I think there was a time, and it was so hard to reach her because it wasn't like, oh, she had a phone to use when she was in school. So sometimes it had to be via email, or, oh, Dr. T, I'm trying to connect to the meeting. Can you send me the Zoom link, this, that? Just seeing that commitment to growth, you understand, like, was something that was truly inspiring for me, even as an older person. And, and just as you mentioned, like, some of us may be in that space where we need to hold the hand of a younger person. Sometimes you may feel like, oh, probably they are just choosing not to show up. Truly, there are times that I'm not here to make excuses for people, but truly there are times that a lot of things are happening and they just cannot show up. Have you, as a leader, even taken it upon yourself to reach out and say, okay, what exactly is going on here? To even know, at least give a benefit of doubt, to even know if truly, there is a cogent reason, or this person is just truly making excuses. Don't just at the initial phase just make that assumption and say, she's not ready, this person is not ready to learn. Because there were times when it was tough and I had to hold the hands of so many people. And the truth was that some of their reasons were truly genuine, but I told them the part of there was something Adam mentioned about taking ownership and responsibility for your growth. That you know that this is your life, no matter what is happening. It's now you that will now choose to say, okay, all of these things are happening. Does it mean that I'm going to take my eyes off the goal of where I want to see myself? So, Tomike, thank you so much for sharing that. Does anybody else want to add to that question? T, are you back? Oh, I don't see her. I don't see her. Okay. Okay. So I don't see anybody's hand up. I don't see anybody's hand up. People, I want to just so right now we're beginning to round up the session. We're beginning to round up the session, and I want you guys to give practical advice to the audience, even in your own space, in this season of life that you are in. If we had to ask you, what were the habits that helped you to grow this year? I know some of you, so don't tell me about the habits we've heard about already. Tell us the habits that people might not have heard, that you know that this is an habit that really helped me to stay committed to this growth I was on. Someone else might just be watching you tonight, that what you're saying to them may be what they will use to start up tomorrow. What would you say to that young adult who is currently confused or lost, or even thinks that this personal growth thing they're talking about is a lie, it's scam, it is not true. We take life as it comes. What will you say were those habits that helped you, and what are you going to say to a young adult that is struggling right now or still thinks that personal growth is a scam? Ifedolapo, let me hear from you first if you are here. Ifedolapo, yes. Are you able to speak? Okay, yes.
Yes, ma'am, I'm able to speak. So one thing I would just say is build a structure that would work for you as regards the growth you are making. One thing I learned on my personal journey this year was that I noticed that, okay, I always have so many things to do. And at the end of the day, I find out that I'm unable to do most of the things because I spent so much time doing a particular thing. So what I did was that I sat down to weigh, okay, I know I have to do chores. I know I have to sit down with my children to do their homework. I know I have to um assign time to my business. So one thing I did was look at, okay, what hour of the day am I most productive? And I noticed that I am most productive in the early hours of the morning rather than in the night when I get back. So one thing I did was that I tried to sleep early so that I can wake up as early as 3, 2 a.m. and I'm able to go all through, because when I wake up, I'm able to quickly do my devotion, start my morning chores. If I have to make a dress or do something, I'm able to do as much as I can in the mornings before I set out to go to work. So by the time I get back home in the evening, I know I just have to get the children ready for the next day, prepared, and go back to bed quickly. So if you put that structure in place, it will help you to spend your time more effectively, and you will get more results with the time, with the way you expend your time. And while placing that structure in place, I would advise that you do not joke with your devotion. One thing I have noticed with my personal life is the day I say, okay, I woke up late and I just rush my devotion, I see that that day I'm just too cranky, or I just struggle with getting results. But I found out that whenever I wake up early and I'm able to spend that time religiously in the place of my devotion, it helps to boost the productivity I have during that day. So the thing I would like to say to that person who is probably struggling is, do not joke with your personal devotion, and put that structure in place that would keep you going even at those days where you don't feel like showing up. If that structure is in place, it will help you to get things done. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. Are you people listening? See, enough light. We're giving you free of charge things that can help you. Thank you so much, Fedolakwa. I love this point. Structure, and don't joke with that personal devotion and relationship with God. Who is going next? Does anybody want to go next? I should just jump to my next question. Okay, I guess they've shared everything they want to share with you. They've told you about commitment. They've told you about communication. Okay. Okay, Tomike, you have the floor. And Emmanuella has put a lot of things in the chat box. Tomike, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Ma. One thing that people don't really, maybe so many people do not know, is it's not like Dr. T has mentioned this in the academy, but I actually got it from her through Spiritual Growth Bootcamp. So we kind of get busy, and I'm talking about the spiritual aspect now. We kind of get busy and we are not able to read our Bibles. And there was one thing that Dr. T says she does. Dr. T can stay in, she noticed that she stays in toilets um during the morning, and she just takes her Bible, and I caught that hack. Yes, please take your Bible to the toilet. And I just drop my phone in the sitting room, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm just going with my Bible. And that was before I even got the other one. But even if I am not able to carry my physical Bible, I turn off my data, and then I just go in with my and sometimes even when I'm doing something else and I cannot read, I just use the audio Bible, and that has really helped me. And I just started to share. So Dr. T might not remember that she said it, but she said it during the spiritual growth boot camp, and I just started to share that as an habit that I picked up.
Mm. Thank you so much, Tomike, for sharing and for putting Dr. T on the spot. Yeah, you can meet with God anywhere you want to meet with God. There's no rule to that. But thank you, Tomike. I really thank you for that reminder. Favour, your hand is off as well. You have the floor.
All right, thank you, Ma. What I would love to add that worked for me very well is I don't know if it's the same as journaling right now, but I do call it scheduling. And every night before the next day, if I don't do it that night, I do it the next day, is to write down a list of the things that I want to get done that day. And any day I don't have that list, I sometimes tend to just do things of less priority than the ones that are of more priority. And that's something that has helped me to stay consistent. It was scheduling anything I wanted to do. And while I am doing it, because I don't just write, I don't just write it down and leave it there in the book. I write it down, and then while I'm done with maybe five of them, I go ahead and tick. And then, okay, I say, okay, these are the remaining ones. And if I'm not done with them, you won't find me doing something, not something that is not important, but something that can wait, because there are a lot of things that can't wait at the point in time. But then scheduling is something that really helped me in my consistency. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Favour. Yeah, guys, you want to get things done, you have to schedule it in. And when you schedule it in, you've already told, at least you've done one of the biggest, the hardest part of just writing down, and then you can then like begin to just work on it, and you're also inviting God into what you want to do. Emmanuel also put in the chat box that tips for any young adult: develop your relationship with God, pray first, strengthen your presence in a select but highly impactful set of communities. I love that. Work according to your energy cycle. I mean, we had this conversation a couple of times. Understand your energy cycles, even in the year, in the months, in the days. Understand exactly what your energy is and what it looks like. And thank you so much. And write your goals and review them frequently. Have a God-defined vision for your Have a God-defined vision for your future and work relentlessly towards it. These are the things that will help you as a young adult that is seeking that growth, and God will help us. I mean, I really love that point about having that highly selective and impactful set of community. Sometimes don't think you can do this thing up by yourself. Even Dr. T that is here, Dr. T has communities that are recharging her. I'm ensuring that I'm not just giving out and burning out without adding, without replenishing. And that's the place where Dolapo talked about your personal devotion, your personal relationship with God. You can't neglect it at the expense of community, but you still need community. God did not create us for isolation. Okay. And then just in a wrap up, guys, is T here? T, are you back? I still do not see T. Oh, I'm sorry that you guys are not hearing from our international big star. It's paining me, but it is well. Okay. Guys, just in a way to wrap up, I would say that I want to put you guys on this spot by asking you that what is one thing that you want to do differently in the coming year? You are graduating from this academy now. Dr. T is not going to be there. Dr. T is not going to be there. You're not going to see all, of course, you're still going to have an alumni group and all of that, but Dr. T is not going to be there for that constant, okay, guys, this is what is happening today, this, that, those reminders or that push, that extra push that you might want. Dr. T might not be there. Doesn't mean you always get access to Dr. T, of course. But what's one thing that you want to do differently in the coming year? And at the same time, I want you to tell us, in one sentence, what this academy has meant to you so far and what you are going to tell people, what you're choosing to tell people that are listening, just in a nutshell about what this academy means to you. So what you want to do differently in the next year, like what are you taking into your future, and then what has this academy meant to you? And that will be our closing our closing conversation for this spot. Who is going? Who is going? You guys, I've opened the floor for that question. Who is taking? Oh, you guys are thinking about it. This should not be hard. What are you taking into your next year? And then what has this academy meant to you? What are you going to do differently in the coming year? Or, or even what are you doing already that you want to continue to do? That could be it. And what has this academy meant to you in a nutshell that you want to tell people about? My WIGStars. Okay. Ifedolapo, thank you.
My experience so far in the academy has been transformational, just to try to put it in a particular word, because joining the academy, even though I was telling myself that I could not keep up with most of the activities. But one thing I'm taking away, like Ella said, is having yourself around people of influence who would actually hold your hands. We know we definitely cannot go through life by ourselves, and I enjoyed that once in this academy. At different times where I could not show up, I'll just see my phone, hi, maybe from Tomike or Favour, and they're like, okay, hi, I'm just checking up on you. And the different times Dr. T would call, I would miss her calls. She would not give up. She would still call back. And it just made me realize that on our own, we really may not get so many things done. But if we're surrounded with people who see or who have an idea of where you're going to, it will go a long way. So if there's one thing I'm taking out of the academy, is being very intentional about the circle of people I have around in my life, and trying to be more consistent with the structure I've tried to put in place. Because I noticed during mid this year, I struggled with so many things. I could not keep up with so many of the activities I should have gotten done. So one thing that helped me was like the structure I said, and it was like I did a timetable, like, okay, you have just 2 hours to be in the kitchen. Once it's 2 hours, wherever you stop, just leave it, get on to the next thing. Once you are after this hour, it's like so it's like setting an alarm. Okay, 1 hour, you've done this. Okay, leave it, go to the next thing. Because I noticed I would just spend so much time in the kitchen and I would leave other things done. So some of the things I'm taking is being consistent with the structure I've tried to build during, sorry, excuse me.
Okay. Ifedolapo dropped off. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. I absolutely love that part. So the circle of people she's gonna have around her and that structure. Yeah, I time everything I do. It is well. I mean, okay, who else wants to go? Who else wants to go? This is our wrap up for this session. Before we get into our award session, and I'm really looking forward to this. Who else wants to go? Tomike, Emmanuella, Favour, Ada, and T, if T is here. Who wants to answer? Go at this question.
I
All
can
right, I will
go
just
if you can
go
hear
ahead.
me. Okay, please, Favour, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So one thing I want to do differently this coming year, I remember the weekly growth challenge was something that he was he had this particular habit that I'm about to talk about, and that was the healthy eating habit, healthy living habit. I mean, I feel like most times I try to suppress this habit because I feel like, okay, I'm not overweight, I don't fall sick.
so many things, and then I just suppress. Anytime it's always, it always, there's always this prompt to hit LD, to exercise regularly. I mean, it was something I used to do at the beginning of the year, and also the weekly growth challenges. It was something that also helped me to like kickstart that habit. But then after a while, I just mellowed down, and it's something I want to do in the coming year. It's something I really, really want to be intentional and stay consistent with in the coming year as well. And also, I would say one word that I would use to describe the year for me was impactful. Yes, it was impactful for me. Very, very impactful in all areas. In all areas, it was an impactful one for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Favour. Yes, weekly good challenges, healthy eating. We're hoping that you're going to stick to that. Don't say because you're overweight, then you don't have to eat healthy. Healthy eating, we talk about body, soul, spirit. These are all things that work together in helping us to even achieve the goals we set for ourselves. So you pay attention to your body, pay attention to your spirit, and pay attention to your mind as well. Okay, Tomike, Emmanuella, yeah, you wanted to go at first. Emmanuella, are you able to go now? Okay. Ada or Tomike, did you guys go on,
Yeah, I'm
please?
here. All right.
Yes.
So, just for me, I think one thing I would definitely want to do differently next year would be to keep the promises I make to myself and like take ownership, because I, similarly to what Ifedolapo had shared, was not being able to keep up with the activities, with the growth challenge and everything, despite telling myself that, oh, I want to do this, I know I want to do this, but then I just end up, not doing them like I promised myself to. So I think that's actually an habit I'm also choosing to like break and really restructure in the coming year. So I'm really hoping that in the coming year I'll be able to do that differently and really keep to my promises and take ownership and be accountable to myself. Yes. So one thing I would be taking into the next year would be the reading culture. Of course, this has been something that has impacted my year, this my current year, and I'm just so excited about taking it into the coming year as well. So reading, yeah, definitely reading is like top priority on my list for the coming year. And if I would describe my experience in one word, I would say it's been blooming. Blooming. It's just, for me, it's been a whole experience that all around. So it's been blooming. I think I'll just use that word and just stop there. Thank you so much, Dr. T.
Thank you so much, Tomike, for sharing. Yes, we're going to be checking in to know how far you're going with those things you're taking into the next year. And I pray that God will help you in Jesus' name. All right, Tomike or T, does anybody else wants to share anything? Before I jump into the award session. Okay. Yes, Emmanuel, yes, I skipped, I forgot that. Yes, you have the floor, please.
Thank you. And please permit me to have my video off.
Your volume is a bit low.
Okay. Am I clearer? Am I better?
Yes, you are. You're louder.
Okay, thank you. I was saying thank you, and please permit me to have my video off in answering this question. One thing I would take into the year is journaling. I mean, the way I've spoken about it this night, I feel like everybody would have guessed that. The second is really around what my fellow amazing stars already said. Scheduling the night before. I think it's a game changer from doing it the morning of that day. Number two is just finding a rhythm that works, and then finding a way to maintain promises in the way you've explained it. I don't know if you guys can confirm. That's my fellow WIGStars. The way Dr. T will say, okay, what is the littlest thing I can do in the direction of this goal I have? If I can't maybe pray 1 hour, can I pray 30 minutes? If I can't pray 30 minutes, can I pray 15 minutes? If I can't pray 15 minutes, can I worship? Like never ever just leave it as it. In that way, in doing the little things, you train your mind that you are a promise keeper. I want to sing one song, but let me focus. In doing that, you actually train your mind in saying, I would, I'm a woman of my word. Yeah. And then we just do that. So those are the things I'll be carrying in really around journaling and scheduling. And then all the other things that my fellow stars have already said. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuella. We hope that, yes, journaling and scheduling will be a part of your daily life next year in Jesus' name. And thank you, everyone. This brings us to the end of this panel session. I mean, it went on and on. For me, it felt like it should not end. I would definitely, if you left Dr. T to this, Emmanuella should not say, she's on the road. If you left Dr. T to that, I'm like, this should be the only thing we should just keep doing, because I really want to grill these people the way they've grilled me. But I want to see you guys. Please give it up for these WIGStars who have taken their time, to jump on these seats, to just like pour into our lives as well. They've not just received, but they've given. You see that? You should not only be a receiver, but you should also be a giver. And thank you so much, WIGStars, for doing this. Thank you for jumping on this. And it's my prayer that this growth that you've committed yourself to, that the Lord himself will sustain you on that journey, that you will never have a better yesterday, as you've even been the first cohort of this academy. And we're trusting that your story in the next years to come will continue to be inspiring, will continue to, to also inspire, that everywhere you go, you keep inspiring growth in the life of everyone that you meet in Jesus' name. Amen. Without wasting time, I am so eager. This is the part that Dr. T is like, hey, yes, this is it. I am so eager to share with you, to do this award session. Emmanuel, I don't know what is happening with you people's video. I have not even seen the video, but I'm hoping that eventually we'll get to see this video. But I cannot wait to jump into this award session. And I am just going to go on right now and share my screen so that we can get this going. We can get this going.